Alberta independence organizers say they've reached their signature threshold.
The statutory number, a good buffer, and then we've got another 29 or 30 boxes.
Will a separation question be added to October's referendum? Plus, rehashing your tax bill after the province throws the city a curveball.
So we're looking at about a $400 increase on the typical homeowner.
Can council squeeze any more funding from the Alberta government? And laying claim to homegrown whiskey.
This starts putting the eyes on us.
Rewriting the rules to protect and promote local distilleries.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Tara Nelson.
Hello and thank you for joining us. A petition on Alberta independence has enough signatures to trigger a potential vote. That's according to its organizers. They still have over a month to collect more names before handing them over to be verified by election officials. It comes as a new Abacus poll indicates most Albertans strongly oppose the idea, but think Premier Daniel Smith would vote to separate. Alicia Philberg reports.
Organizers of a petition calling for Alberta to separate from Canada say they've already met the threshold, which could lead to a province-wide vote on the issue. They believe they've collected more than the 177,000 signatures, which represents about 10% of eligible voters.
We're crushing the statutory number, and we're just going to continue working ahead until the 2nd of May to demonstrate to the government of Alberta how strong the support is for independence in Alberta.
The petition remains open until May 2nd. Then it will go to Elections Alberta. If enough signatures are confirmed, the question could be put on a ballot in October. Alberta independence remains a minority view, according to a recent poll by Abacus Data, where 26% of respondents support independence and 64% oppose it, the vast majority strongly opposing the idea. Some influential business leaders in Alberta say it's already having ramifications now, and some political scientists say it will only get worse.
It's going to be very divisive, it's going to chase away investment, and it's going to damage the economic stability of the province and the livelihood of the average Alberta resident.
Just this conversation about separatism is already pulling back investment.
That's why there's pressure for the Premier to stop prolonging the conversation on separation.
She doesn't have to go down that road. All she has to do is have a vote on the floor of the legislature. And if she has separatists in her caucus, that's fine. Let them vote that way. I am still confident that majority of Alberta MLAs will want to remain in Canada, and then the Premier can start focusing on other issues that are challenging our government.
His Forever Canadian petition has over 400,000 verified signatures from Albertans who want to remain in Canada. But it still sits with a provincial committee which has to decide what to do next.
Any petition that has signatures validated, it's our intention to put that on the ballot in the fall. The reason Mr. Lukaszyk's is different is because there's been some confusion about whether or not he wants that.
Alicia joins us from McDougall Centre tonight. Alicia, Thomas Lukaszuk says he wants MLAs to vote now.
Tara, Thomas Lukaszuk says that he checked the box on the petition form requesting that MLAs vote. He said it's not just a matter of investors waiting to see what's going to happen in Alberta, that some of them will be choosing to invest elsewhere in the meantime and opportunities will be lost. Now, the Premier says that a legislative committee will be meeting April 21st, and that's when they're going to decide what to do with this Forever Canadian petition. She also says that there could be potentially 3 questions on a fall ballot based upon citizen-led petitions. Potentially the separatist question, the question about Alberta remaining in Canada, and potentially one about coal mining activity. Now, the province already plans for a province-wide vote on October 19th to ask a number of other questions. As for the separatist petition, we'll have to wait until that closes on May 2nd before it goes to Elections Alberta for verification before we know where that will go. Tara?
Okay, Alicia, thank you. The province says it's trying to remove politics and ideology from classrooms. Alberta's education minister says proposed changes will reinforce respect in school and keep the focus on reading, math, and science. The amendments would include preventing school boards from taking political or social positions. It would also protect employees from participating in activities that infringe on their beliefs, while ensuring students can express their views freely. The minister says students will still learn about politics and ideologies as long as lessons are presented impartially.
Students Students should be able to explore ideas respectfully, hear different perspectives, and engage in conversation, as long as they follow, of course, the applicable codes of conduct. That's ultimately how we build critical thinking and respectful citizenship.
Bill 25 includes changing diploma exams to an online format next school year. Also, the legislation would require schools to play the national anthem at least once a week. The typical Calgary homeowner will pay nearly $400 more in combined property taxes this year. Councillors officially approved the rates this afternoon, but much of that increase is due to hikes from the province. And the mayor is making a push for more money from the Alberta government with the price of oil climbing. Jordan Canigan reports.
Calgary property owners will see taxes soar by a combined 8.1% this year.
We lived within our means. We spent responsibly, and to see that massive increase in property taxes due to the provincial government decisions, it's extremely jarring.
On Tuesday, councillors rubber stamping this year's tax rates. And while the city side will increase by 1.2% for residential properties, the province's portion jumps by nearly 20%.
Not really fair to Calgarians, but that being said, if we can get some money back from the province in order to be able to offset that, then it might be worthwhile in the end.
The typical single-family homeowner will pay just over $2,700 in municipal property taxes and more than $1,900 to the province. Combined, it's $4,700 in property taxes, a $387 jump from last year. While condo owners will pay $1,350 to the city and $957 to the province. Overall, a $2,300 tax bill, up 4%.
Seeing what's happening in the Middle East, the significant boon that the province has brought in, we're expecting a fair share of that to be extended to all municipalities.
The province says that won't happen. The current high oil prices will help royalty revenues for the 2025-26 budget year, which ends Tuesday. The Finance Ministry saying surpluses aren't a discretionary pool that can simply be reallocated on demand. We look forward to seeing Farkas's Budget 2027 submission during the 2027 budget consultation period.
Maybe with the higher oil prices and more income, maybe we will get the province to cut us a big check for our water main pipe or some other grants that'll come in and help alleviate that tax burden.
Jordan joins us from City Hall tonight. Jordan, Council also approved a new way to prepare for next year's budget.
And Tara, it's a program that will help shape the conversation for the next taxes and budget group. And what it means is that it's a process that will try to find savings and efficiencies for the next 4-year cycle. They approved a zero-based review pilot project. So they will pick 3 business units here in the city to try to figure out where those efficiencies might be found to determine which costs should stay and which costs should go, and they will do that line by line. Obviously, it's too late for this budget process, and the 2026 property tax bills will be sent out by the city in May. Tara?
Okay, Jordan, thank you. A 2-vehicle crash south of Calgary this afternoon sent 3 people to hospital, including a child. It happened on Highway 2A between Alderside and High River, involving a minivan and a car. Calgary EMS says 2 adults in 1 vehicle were taken to the foothills, 1 in potentially life-threatening condition, the other in stable condition. A child in the 2nd vehicle went to the Children's Hospital in stable condition. A 4th adult was not hurt. Traffic in the area was rerouted during the investigation. Highway 2A has since reopened. We have a recall to tell you about involving 2 meal kit services. HelloFresh Canada says it's recalling some of its meals after shredded Parmesan cheese was found to be contaminated with listeria. The recall applies to both HelloFresh and Chef's Plate products in Canada. Customers would have received the meals between March 7th and 27th. Pregnant women, the elderly, and people with weakened immune systems are particularly at risk. Some Calgarians took advantage of an unexpectedly steep drop at the pumps at some gas stations today. People lining up off the street at this Tempo in the Northeast, where gas dropped to $1.43 a litre. It's the lowest prices we've seen in a while in our city, but some other stations were dipping below $1.60 as well. Some drivers say they waited about 15 minutes to fill up.
It's like 35 to 36 cents difference in the highest and the lowest price available in Calgary.
This is amazing. This has been a crazy moment since I've been in Calgary. I've never seen the stations so occupied This is phenomenal.
The drop in the latest change in what's been a roller coaster month at the pumps. Prices have climbed to nearly $1.80 a litre this week.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
A ceremony was held at City Hall to mark Transgender Day of Visibility today. Several dozen people gathered to watch as the transgender flag was raised outside Old City Hall. The day aims to raise awareness about discrimination, combat misinformation, and foster support for trans rights.
Trans people are your neighbors. We are your bus drivers, we're your nurses, we're your families and your loved ones. What we want is freedom, the freedom to be ourselves and to not have governments interfering in our private lives.
Several events are happening around Calgary tonight to mark the event. The Calgary Zoo is currently on time to welcome the return of snow leopards and a brand new species to the redeveloped Exploration Asia section. Construction started in the fall for phase 1 of the zoo's Imagine Asia project. The redevelopment includes brand new habitats for the red pandas and the snow leopards, along with a third species that will be revealed next month. The zoo believes the new habitats will be a perfect fit for the animals.
The beauty of these species is they love cold weather. So being a zoo that wants to provide experiences year-round, snow leopards love the snow just like on days like today, as do our red pandas. So these will be outdoor experiences with a couple of covered viewing areas, but in unique ways we're going to introduce the animals to the public.
The zoo's previous snow leopards were moved out in October, but 2 new snow leopards will return for the exhibit. The current habitat for snow leopards was first built for pandas back in 1988. The first phase is expected to open this summer, with Imagine Asia expected to be completed in 2028. We had a pretty nice day today. Danielle joins us now. Is this the start of a little warming trend?
Not quite yet. So from now until this time tomorrow, the weather will be stable and it will be fairly quiet, and much like it is now. Except for by tomorrow at 6 p.m., that's when you'll notice full cloud cover, the winds picking up, and the next system is on the way. And this will be another round of snow that will be enough to shovel. So similar to the round we had earlier this week. 0 is the temperature right now at the airport. Looking at your next 24 hours, keep in mind cold to start the morning with a wind chill of -11. Winds picking up in the afternoon, clouds moving in. By tomorrow night, we're back into the snow. We'll talk more about that coming up, Tara.
Thanks, Danielle. The countdown is on. The Artemis 2 launch window is now open. We'll hear from NASA officials preparing for liftoff to the moon. And calls for policy changes to help Alberta farmers struggling with high costs. That's next. Calgary's Chamber of Commerce is releasing recommendations to modernize and support Alberta's agriculture industry. It comes as rising costs and global uncertainty are putting pressure on farmers just as they head into a critical planting season. Mark Villani has more on the challenges facing producers and what industry experts say is needed to remain competitive.
Southern Alberta farmers say they're playing a guessing game.
It's kind of like deer in the headlights a little bit. Do I buy? Do I wait? You know what's going on? The war just seems to be getting worse.
Driven by conflict in the Middle East and uncertainty over tariffs, fuel costs are spiking and supply chains for fertilizer are being disrupted, now up around double the price from last planting season.
Last I heard, it's over $1,200 a ton. You're definitely going to see yields come down because you're just not going to be able to afford to put on as much fertilizer as you would like.
When you think about costs, this is terrifying.
It's why Calgary's Chamber of Commerce is sounding the alarm, flagging long-term challenges in a new report. By 2033, 40% of Canadian farmers are expected to retire, but only 12% have a succession plan. Meanwhile, Alberta is expected to see about 1,900 unfilled agriculture jobs by 2030, costing the agriculture sector $3.5 billion in sales.
So let's figure out how we connect people to their food supply, and how do we do that from an educational standpoint.
The Chamber is also recommending governments step up to remove interprovincial trade barriers and more investments towards modernizations in supply chain infrastructure, pointing to projects like the Prairie Economic Gateway, a future inland port and logistics hub south of Calgary.
Let's make sure people have access to capital, make sure that, we're expanding that trade infrastructure, whether it's across the country or to ports.
Increasing efficiency through robotics and artificial intelligence is also recommended to save costs, combining information from multiple sources for farmers to analyze soil conditions or other historical data.
You can actually predict satellite imagery
and you would be using the right amount of, say, fertilizer, water, pesticides, and all of those things.
But getting through this season first is expected to be a roller coaster ride of its own.
It's kind of unprecedented. You kind of just don't know what to do.
Mark Villani, CTV News, Calgary.
Alberta's government says it's investing in the next generation of farmers through training programs, research funding, and improved trade access. Officials add crop insurance and risk management programs are also being expanded to help producers navigate the ongoing challenges. Farmers on the Canadian prairies will once again be able to use strychnine to kill gophers. The federal government has reversed a Trudeau-era decision to ban the pesticide. Both Alberta and Saskatchewan lobbied Ottawa to allow strychnine again. Alberta Agriculture Minister RJ Sigurdsson says allowing the chemical gives prairie farmers another tool in their toolbox for gopher control.
It's one of those things that if you let them get away and the population explodes, I've seen whole fields gone from it. So the announcement about the emergency use of strychnine, I think, is one that will be celebrated by farmers because it clearly had the best effect on controlling gophers compared to pretty much any other option.
The two provinces will be able to use strychnine until November of 2027.
This is CTV News, Calgary.
Bring Danielle back in now as we get a closer peek at our 5-day forecast.
Yeah, so what we have to do is just get through this next round of snow, which will behave much like the last system we had earlier this week. And then after that, it really shapes up for our long weekend. So we have nice weather and warmer weather in store for our lovely Easter long weekend. Now today, 0 was the high in Calgary, and so we didn't get too warm, but you can see areas to the south certainly got pretty toasty today. Lethbridge, Brooks up to 7, and currently sitting at that right now, 6 in Milk River and Medicine Hat. Drumheller is at 4. So temperatures a little all over the place. Gusts were relatively calm, mainly in the 30s or high 20s, but they will pick up tomorrow to about 40 kilometers per hour. So not excessive gusts for tomorrow, but it will get a little windier ahead of the system that's on the way. And the conditions will basically start to deteriorate a little bit throughout the day. All right, nothing to talk about right now. It's calm, it's quiet. It's a nice evening out there. Just a little on the chillier side at the freezing mark. A normal daytime high for us for this time of year is +8 in Calgary. We only got to 0, so it is below normal. It's a little on the cooler side for sure, and we're going to get even cooler in the coming days as this system arrives. So this system, you can see, is a big push of moisture from the southwest. That's going to lead to a good amount of snowfall for many communities, that heavy wet snow, and certainly enough to shovel, just like the last round. Okay, so as we go through tomorrow, we should get some sunny periods in the morning hours, but then we will cloud over, so it will be all cloud by the afternoon if you check out your timestamp here. In the afternoon, you can see the snow starting to build into the mountains, and then by the supper hours, we'll start to see some isolated showers in the far south. We're looking at Lethbridge getting up to 10 degrees for tomorrow, so it'll be warm enough to kick it off as rainfall, snowfall for the mountaintops, and for us in Calgary, because we'll be close to that freezing mark, we may start off with some isolated showers, but it should be mainly a snow event for us in the city. All right, and then it just intensifies in through the overnight hours and through Thursday. So Thursday, you're looking at heavy snow. This will clear out on Thursday evening. So Wednesday night, Thursday, here's what you can expect in total for most communities. Again, Lethbridge will be rain and snow, which is why you're only looking at 2 centimeters, but we will get a good amount of moisture in Lethbridge. For Calgary, anywhere from 6 to 10 centimeters is certainly possible, and similar idea basically up to Red Deer down to Okotoks and High River, 6 to 10 centimeters. Here's your Action Furnace 5-day forecast. 3 degrees is our high tomorrow. Clouds increasing, winds picking up in the afternoon. Wednesday night, 1 to 3 centimeters of snow, and then another 5 to 7 centimeters possible throughout Thursday. Thursday will be a cool one with a high of 0, but then look at your long weekend. Good Friday, 7 with a mix of sun and cloud, and all sunshine for Saturday, and a high of 10, 5 by Sunday.
We are about 22 hours before the next launch window opens for the Artemis 2 mission that will blast Canada's Jeremy Hansen and 3 other astronauts around the moon and back. If all goes according to plan this time, the crew will take off tomorrow night. CTV's Heather Wright is at Cape Canaveral.
With every second that passes, the Artemis 2 gets closer to liftoff.
There was a lot of smiles today, so felt really good about that. As the team is preparing, I think everybody's pretty excited and understands the significance of this launch.
The team has spent the day doing a number of final checks to the spacecraft, which will soon embark on a 10-day mission around the moon, while the astronauts, including Canadian Jeremy Hansen, remain in quarantine, waiting for tomorrow's planned launch.
He'll be spending time with people who are really close to him, family, and he's probably going to be going to bed really early and sleep shifting so that they can get on the schedule they'll be on for this moon mission. Now, whether or not he'll be successful, I don't know. Do you think you'd be able to sleep if you were going to the moon the next morning?
Joshua Kutrick is a Canadian astronaut who says a lot needs to go right for a successful liftoff tomorrow.
It's immensely complicated. It is the most powerful rocket that's ever been built, and it's full of millions of high-tech components. So technologically, this is a very big challenge.
And the challenges are only going to grow, with NASA unveiling ambitious plans for space exploration, including a moon base by 2030.
I think of this as just the opening chapter in a grand story of astronauts going to and from the moon with great frequency.
To achieve those goals, NASA Administrator Jarek Isaacman says collaborating with international partners like Canada will be critical.
Canada is leaning forward with robotic expertise for our ambitions on the lunar surface. It's exciting to think about the potential when you're not just going to the moon for a couple of days, but actually trying to create an enduring presence for, its scientific and economic potential.
Canada's partnership with NASA dates back decades, with Hansen set to become the first non-American to travel to deep space.
It is space diplomacy, and Jeremy is emblematic of that.
Absolutely.
He brings a huge, powerful capability, but it's also the whole country and our industrial capabilities, what we bring to the table. That's why we're here.
The launch window officially opens at 6:24 p.m. tomorrow. And while officials say there is an 80% chance of favorable weather, these strong winds and cumulus clouds are in the forecast, something NASA's weather officer will be keeping a close eye on as we get closer to liftoff. Heather Wright, CTV News, Cape Canaveral, Florida.
Jeremy Hansen is thanking a Calgary astronaut for her role in the Artemis 2 mission.
It's been a privilege to train alongside my Artemis 2 crewmates and, of course, my CSA colleague, Jenny Gibbons, who has done a tremendous job as my backup, but also in helping to define training and processes for future lunar missions.
Hansen thanked astronaut Jenny Gibbons in a video posted by the Canadian Space Agency. Gibbons is the backup Canadian astronaut if Hansen were unable to take part and has been undergoing all the same training as the Artemis crew. After launch, Gibbons will help coach the astronauts through key mission objectives. Just ahead, raising a glass to Alberta whiskey. The province officially recognizes a growing industry. And cutting down on a very big hike will take you to the Chinese city with the world's longest outdoor escalator. If you've ever gone to a liquor store and had a difficult time finding a local product, a new provincial bill is designed to help. The Alberta Whiskey Act will clearly define what is Alberta whiskey and how it's made in an effort to grow our distilling industry. Jim Brooke explains why an extra unique piece of legislation is involved.
New parameters around Alberta whiskey will soon define exactly what makes this drink so sought after.
In simple terms, it means the product has to be made right here in Alberta from start to finish, using 100% Alberta water and primarily Alberta-grown grains.
The Alberta Whiskey Act is a new effort to grow the local distilling industry. Producers have been asking for clear labeling parameters for years as they try to differentiate their whiskey in a competitive market.
This starts putting the eyes on us, getting people to come to Alberta, in parallel with our tourism industry that is burgeoning right now and developing rapidly.
If Kentucky can bring in $9 billion annually, we are the breadbasket of Canada. We are the grain producers. We make wonderful whiskey here, and we have been for decades. So why not us too?
And the Alberta spirit isn't the only noteworthy part of this bill.
It's AI entering into the core machinery of government.
The province used artificial intelligence to help write the legislation. It won't say what percentage is AI, only that it helped with research and data entry, and that humans had the final say.
This legislation is structured, it's repeatable, it's pattern-based, AI is good at all that stuff. The challenge is designing the workflow around it.
Alberta's government predicts this likely is not the end of AI assistance.
We're not really anticipating a world where AI writes all of our legislation alone, but we certainly anticipate one where AI can be one of the tools that we use.
Expect the Alberta Whiskey title to be handed out to eligible distillers later this year. Tim Brooke, CTV News, Calgary.
Now, the province says distillers don't have to participate in the Alberta Whiskey Act if they don't want to. The title is not expected to impact pricing or availability. The Prime Minister says he is pleased with the progress of the federal government's Memorandum of Understanding with Alberta, but 2 items will not meet that April 1st deadline.
Continue to move forward, so there's a lot of momentum. Do I think we're going to announce an agreement tomorrow? No, I don't think we're going to announce an agreement tomorrow, but I feel very good about the progress and the state of the discussions. Thank you.
April 1st was the deadline for 4 items that would help pave the path for a new pipeline. But 2 items remain on the to-do list, including changes to industrial carbon pricing and the development of the Pathways Carbon Capture Project. New analysis from the Pembina Institute says that uncertainty means $40 billion of potential investment remains on pause. It also points out finalization of the MOU does not guarantee a new pipeline. It still needs a private sector proponent. Well, chances are the Easter Bunny is not bringing one of these to your house. There's only one in the world, and he couldn't carry it anyway. Wait until you hear the weight of this sweet treat. That's next. Many people are spending more time on their screens, and now, apparently, so are the seals at Edmonton Valley Zoo. Good job. So researchers are rewarding seals like Sophia with fish for using these touchscreens. The animals are taught how to tap the screen and then pick which image is the correct one. Researchers are trying to learn how seals process visual information. The study's lead says it's helping our understanding of the animals while helping the seals too.
This also acts as cognitive enrichment. So they're able to choose if they wish to participate in research. They'll be provided the opportunity. If they come over to the screen and choose to engage with it, then they get that cognitive stimulation added to their day.
The hope is to move this study to river otters next. They are pretty cute and pretty smart.
Smart, yes, indeed.
Okay, well, how much chocolate do you think you could handle eating at Easter?
Unlimited.
This is 55 kilograms, it's 3 feet tall, and it is the world's largest mini egg.
Let me at it.
Oh my.
Supersize. This Cadbury's mini egg, and not so mini, took 2 days to make. It's just like the small one, so it's filled with milk chocolate. It's got that crispy exterior. The egg was created to entertain visitors at the Cadbury World theme park in Birmingham. Why did we not know this existed?
Right. Don't know.
The company's regular mini eggs, of course, they only make available at this time of year. This would be a good field trip.
Who's eating that?
I wonder if you could win it.
I don't know what they're going to do with it. Well, shadow puppets are fun for kids and adults, like this one.
My name is Elvis Presley, I'm the king of rock and roll. My name is Elvis Presley, I'm the king.
Wow.
He's pretty good. It's the king, all right.
Yep.
He's got a light and a string, and look at him go. He calls himself the Shadow Ace. His name is Nick. He brings Elvis to life on the wall. This video has racked up 47 million views.
Very good.
That's
It is good, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just doing shadow puppets the other day. It didn't look like that.
What were
Here's
your
some
shadow
practice.
puppets, Danielle?
You got to get some practice.
Really
in there.
lame compared to that.
Well, China's mountain city is going to get a little easier to scale. Wait till you see this. A surreal sight is lighting up the night in Chongqing as officials unveil what's being called the world's longest outdoor escalator. So this massive structure is actually made up of 21 combined escalators, spanning nearly 3,000 feet in length. It climbs the height of an 80-story building.
Wow.
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 This city is kind of considered the world's real-life cyberpunk city. It's always got the neon-lit skyscrapers and very tech-forward infrastructure, so this fits right in.
Wow, very cool.
That's cool. Yeah. Well, just ahead, Canada's economy saw slight growth in January. There were gains in oil and gas, but some losses, too, in other sectors. We have the details coming up in our business report.
Okay, Skywatch weather camera. It's been quiet today. It will be fairly quiet tomorrow as well, and potentially even a little warmer. Today's high was at the freezing mark. Our normal daytime high for this time of year is 8, and the record is in the 20s. So we're not going to break any records anytime soon, but we will get warmer by long weekend, Easter long weekend. So that's good news, and the weather will be stable by then. All right, 0 was the high in the city today, but check out the temperatures right now in Lethbridge, Brooks, Medicine Hat, 6-7 degrees. So not bad there. Drumheller, fairly warm at 4 degrees. This is the push of moisture we're going to get from the southwest, and that's going to start late tomorrow. For Calgary specifically, tomorrow night. And it will be another big snowfall event. All right, so for the overnight hours, we're dealing with wind chill of -11 to kick off the day at 8 a.m. And then we should get to 3 degrees in the afternoon. Gusts around 40 kilometers per hour starting to kick in. The clouds will increase. So the afternoon, you'll start to notice some changes, and it's a sign of what's to come. That's your Action Furnace 24-hour forecast, brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. It's tomorrow night that the snow starts to kick into Calgary, and will last through Thursday. Anywhere from 6 to 10 centimeters possible. All right, Salmon Arm, Kelowna, 11 degrees for tomorrow, so very warm there. Edmonton, 3, and around that 4 mark for Rocky Mountain House and through Red Deer, Jasper, Olds, and Banff. Again, Calgary, a high of 3, Drumheller, 7. And check out how warm it looks for the far south. Lethbridge, Brooks, Medicine Hat, Milk River getting into the plus double digits for tomorrow. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle. Organizers of an Alberta separatist petition say they've collected enough signatures to trigger a province-wide referendum vote. The petition needed just under 178,000 Albertans to sign it by May 2nd. If Elections Alberta verifies that the threshold has been met, the Premier says the question on whether Alberta should separate could be put on a ballot in October. City homeowners are facing a property tax jump of 8.1% this year, mostly due to provincial hikes. As oil prices climb, the mayor wants more money from the province, but the UCP government says it won't happen in this budget. And a child was among 3 patients rushed to hospital after a 2-vehicle crash north of High River on Highway 2A. One adult has potentially life-threatening injuries, while a child and a second adult are in stable condition. The deadline for the federal government's controversial gun buyback program is today. The Trudeau government banned assault-style firearms 6 years ago, incentivizing people who own them to turn them in for cash. After today, you can still turn them in for free, and critics are calling the program a failure. CTV senior correspondent Judy Trin reports on the deadline and where Ottawa goes from here.
The federal government is missing its target for the voluntary gun buyback program on soon-to-be outlawed weapons. $250 million was set aside to compensate gun owners. So far, 57,000 guns have been declared, much less than the 136,000 firearms the federal government expected. The government blames it on misinformation online that overstates the types of firearms that are included.
There's just 2,500 models that were banned. It leaves 19,000 models on the market, so people can still hunt, can still sport shoot.
The ban on 2,500 models of assault-style weapons came after 22 people were killed in a 2020 shooting rampage in Portapique, Nova Scotia. The government is offering to buy back the weapons for $150 up to more than $10,000, depending on the model. But the process is confusing for some.
The average demographic of the owners of these firearms is over 65 years of age, and their ability to navigate online portals is not very good. And they're having a very difficult time adhering to the, to the procedures the government's put in place for this.
Alberta and Saskatchewan don't support the federal program, and most police services across the country will not help collect the firearms. The National Gun Lobby is also mounting a legal challenge.
I worry about the enormous waste of resources and efforts on this program that could have instead been focused on reducing crime, violence, gun smuggling.
The ban on assault-style weapons takes effect at the end of October. The Supreme Court of Canada has also agreed to hear the appeal launched by the Canadian Coalition for Firearms Rights, but the court has yet to set a date. Judy Trin, CTV News, Ottawa.
Statistics Canada released GDP numbers for January. Real gross domestic product was up 0.1%. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has more.
Canada made gains in mining, oil and gas extraction, and utilities, but there was a contraction in manufacturing. Specifically, motor vehicles and parts manufacturing dropped over 10%. That's the largest contraction since September 2021. Statistics Canada says holiday shutdowns at Ontario assembly plants lasted into January. Now, the good news is construction expanded by over 1% in January, and the retail sector was also positive. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up a fraction to 71.87. West Texas Intermediate is down $1.50 to 101.38. Western Canadian Select up over $2 to 83.39. And the TSX shot up 833 points, ending the day at 32,768. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Canada Post is moving ahead with a restructuring plan that would eventually end all home delivery. The plan, mandated by the federal government, will slash the number of post offices and bring in community mailboxes. The recommendations were outlined last year by the feds as a way to stabilize the corporation's finances. Now Canada Post says it's moving ahead and it will begin consultations with unions. Canada Post has not announced any numbers on possible layoffs or post office closures. Air Canada has been slapped with a fine of more than $420,000 for violating federal rules on passenger rights during the flight attendant strike last summer. More than 10,000 flight attendants went on strike last August, disrupting thousands of flights across the country. According to the Canadian Transportation Agency, Air Canada committed 71 violations of air passenger protection regulations between August 15th and August 20th. The agency says the airline, quote, failed to, at the passenger's choice, provide a refund for any unused portion of the ticket. The agency also says Air Canada failed to provide the passenger free of charge with a confirmed reservation for the next available flight that is operated by any carrier. Women's hockey continues to grow in popularity. The PWHL is in Calgary, and a couple of local players will be in the lineup. Glenn has that for us next.
Can send Bosnia and Herzegovina to the World Cup. And he does! It got underneath Donnarumma! The Italian curse continues! Bosnia and Herzegovina!
A shocker in the soccer world that has implications for Canada. Bosnia and Herzegovina upset Italy on penalty kicks in World Cup qualifying. So that means Italy will miss its third straight World Cup, and Bosnia and Herzegovina will face Canada in its World Cup opener in Toronto in June. Many fans watched the game on the lawn of the BC Legislature today as part of a pre-World Cup celebration test run. More World Cup watch parties like this will be held coast to coast. The PWHL Takeover Tour is in Calgary this week. Glenn is back with us, and Glenn, is a big game at the Scotiabank Saddledome tomorrow night.
Tara, the fourth place Ottawa Charge take on the fifth place Toronto Scepters. For a couple of local players, this is like a dream come true, playing professional hockey in front of their hometown fans. Jessica Condis grew up in Valley Ridge and always loved the game of hockey, but she wasn't sure she'd ever get the opportunity to play professionally. That all changed when the PWHL started in the 2023-24 season. The league is thriving, and now Condis gets to play a game at the Saddledome on Wednesday night.
Growing up here, I didn't even really know much about the women's game. I played boys hockey and didn't know much until I went to high school about the girls' game. So, yeah, it's super surreal, and I'm excited about it.
Condis isn't the only local player suiting up in Wednesday night's game. Sarah Wozniewicz is a forward with the Ottawa Charge, and she says this game is a big deal for her.
I think it's just going to be a whole lot of emotions. I mean, having all my friends and family there and just playing in the city you grew up is something you dream of, and that's what I get to do tomorrow night. It's going to be so much fun.
Hundreds of fans turned up at Winsport to watch both teams practice and to get autographs. The PWHL has paved the way for some of these girls to one day perhaps play professionally themselves.
I appreciate it so much. I am so excited for it. At least I'll try really hard for one day to get to the PWHL and maybe get to a special team. I really appreciate how they had made this possible for girls.
And really, isn't that what it's all about for these players? Paving the way for others to have a chance to keep playing the game they love.
Yeah, it's super cool. Even today, seeing all the little girls like asking for your signatures, it's so cute. And I mean, it's something I wish I had when I was growing up, but now it's awesome that little girls can look up to us and have something to dream of.
And of course, being back home and spending time with family.
Yeah, I got to go home last night, which was awesome. And tonight I have another family dinner and get to see, I have a new niece that I get to meet, so that's super exciting. And yeah, have a good home-cooked meal.
Puck drop for tomorrow night's game, 7:30 at the Scotiabank Saddledome. Team Canada back on the ice for a pair of games at the Men's World Curling Championship in Ogden, Utah. Today, Canada took on China in the morning draw, and it was a tight game between these two teams. We'll pick it up in the ninth then with the game tied at 4. Canada with the hammer and a chance for a very big end. Matt Dunstone has to get past that guard in front and then just touch that red stone. Yep, that's what he does. What a shot by Dunstone. A 4-ender for Canada, an 8-4 lead. It was handshakes after that. Canada improves to 5-2 at the Worlds. The Canadian skipper talked about the 4-ender after today's game.
For a multiple, seemed like they were kind of going back and forth whether or not they wanted to hit it out or play conservative or aggressive, so I wasn't sure what we were going to get. But, fortunately, a couple heavy draws on his end gave us a chance for the big end, and just another patient effort from our group. But we're drawing really well. We're putting rocks in really good spots. And, yeah, we're not quite, I would say, where, we'd hope to be maybe, but we're really darn close.
Canada has a tough one tonight. They face Team Sweden. One final note, the Calgary Hitmen, Brandon Wheatkings, playing in Game 3 of their series tonight. The Hitmen with a 1-0 lead after one. That's being played in Virden, Manitoba. The Hitmen, by the way, lead the series 2-0.
Good stuff. Thank you, Glenn. Okay, final peek at the forecast, Danielle.
Okay, so you remember what happened Monday?
We do.
Similar thing is expected for tomorrow night through Thursday, but we're paying our dues to clear things out of the way and all that snow out of the way, for long weekend. So 1 to 3 centimeters possible Wednesday night, another 5 to 7 possible on Thursday, and then this clears out. Temperatures warm up, things brighten up. We'll even be in the plus double digits for parts of Easter long weekend.
You might be able to do an Easter egg hunt outside someday.
Oh, yeah. It may be a bit gooey, but that's the fun of Easter. Okay, weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. And Lorelei Piotto sent this one in. She took this in Glenbrook today. Pretty cool clouds out there today. Tomorrow the clouds will increase ahead of the system. We'll get a little windy in the afternoon as well. So
that's a really cool shot.
Yeah.
Put out that big Easter egg.
Yeah.
You know what? Put that one out.
Just let kids eat at it.
Yes.
Thanks for your company tonight. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow.